You wake up at 6:30 in the morning, hit the snooze button twice, and drag yourself to the bathroom mirror. Even though you technically slept for 8 hours, there are deep purple bags under your eyes, and your joints ache like you ran a marathon. By 2 in the afternoon, you were staring at your work computer, fighting off a brain fog so thick it feels like wet concrete. You reach for your third cup of coffee, completely unaware that the crushing exhaustion you are feeling right now has absolutely nothing to do with your sleep schedule. Millions of hardworking Americans are walking around suffering from an invisible epidemic that doctors often dismiss as simply getting older. Let us uncover the real truth. It is called silent liver stagnation, specifically the early stages of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease that rarely show up on a standard physical exam. Most people think liver issues only happen to heavy drinkers, but our modern grocery store aisles have created a totally different reality. Back in the 1990s, the United States pushed a massive low-fat diet craze, leading manufacturers to pump everyday foods full of high fructose corn syrup. Fast forward to today, and the American Liver Foundation reports that up to 100 million people in the country have some form of this condition. We traded natural fats for processed sugars, and our primary detox organ has been suffering severely ever since. My name is Bobby, and I have spent my career uncovering how these historical shifts in the American diet have quietly dismantled our health. When your liver is bogged down, it stops filtering your blood efficiently. You might notice random skin tags on your neck, constant bloating, or an inability to lose stubborn belly fat. People usually try to fix this by starving themselves or doing harsh juice cleanses that actually shock the system. What your body actually needs are bitter herbs and specific functional foods to gently regenerate its cells. We are talking about powerful natural botanicals like milk thistle, containing an active compound called silymarin that actively shields liver tissue. We're also looking at dandelion root, a plant most Americans simply spray with weed killer, completely unaware that it is a legendary medicinal tonic. But simply swallowing a handful of herbal supplements is a huge mistake. Before you rush right out to buy these home remedies, you must understand exactly how to prepare them and the potential side effects. If you introduce these potent herbs the wrong way, you could accidentally trigger a massive release of stored toxins into your bloodstream. So, how exactly do you safely reboot your liver without making yourself sick in the process? If you jump straight into a hardcore liver detox, you might experience what is known as a Herxheimer reaction. This happens when toxins are released from your sluggish liver faster than your kidneys and colon can eliminate them, leaving you with terrible headaches, extreme fatigue, and brain fog that feels even worse than before. To avoid this, we have to rebuild your liver slowly, using a combination of specific whole foods and gentle herbal support. The very first step is introducing bitter greens back into your meals. Remember that dandelion root we talked about? Instead of treating it like a yard pest, you can brew roasted dandelion root into a morning tea. It acts as a gentle diuretic and stimulates bile production, which is your liver's natural way of flushing out fat and cholesterol. However, you have to be careful. Because dandelion is a diuretic, it makes you use the bathroom more frequently, which can alter your potassium levels if you're not staying hydrated. It can also interact with certain blood pressure medications, so always check with your doctor if you're on daily prescriptions. Next, we bring in the heavy hitter, which is milk thistle. You want to look for a high-quality milk thistle extract standard to at least 80% silymarin. The benefits are incredible because silymarin physically binds to the outside of your liver cells, blocking toxins from entering while simultaneously helping to regenerate damaged tissue. But again, there is a catch. Milk thistle is part of the ragweed family, so if you have severe seasonal allergies, it might trigger a mild reaction, and in rare cases, it can cause a bit of stomach upset or mild diarrhea. As a health researcher, I, Bobby, am always shocked by how many people ignore the food aspect of liver healing while relying solely on herbs. You cannot supplement your way out of a terrible diet. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, nearly 60% of the calories consumed by the average American come from ultra-processed foods. To combat this, you need to load up on cruciferous vegetables like broccoli sprouts, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage. These foods contain a compound called sulforaphane that forces your liver to produce more detoxifying enzymes. Combine that with the natural sulfur found in fresh garlic and the omega-3 fatty acids from wild-caught salmon, and you create the perfect biological environment for your liver to repair itself. But changing what you put on your plate is only half the battle. There is a highly common evening habit, something most Americans do immediately after finishing their dinner, that completely paralyzes your liver's ability to heal overnight. That common evening habit paralyzing your healing is late-night snacking, specifically eating processed carbs right before your head hits the pillow. When you eat a bowl of sugary cereal or a handful of pretzels at 10 at night, you are forcing your liver to stay awake and process that sudden spike in glucose. Instead of entering its natural nocturnal repair cycle, your body is forced to work the night shift. According to recent sleep and metabolism data from the National Institutes of Health, eating within 3 hours of bedtime drastically disrupts our circadian rhythm, halting the production of essential growth hormones and keeping our liver inflamed. If you want to heal, you have to establish a strict kitchen curfew by 7 or 8 in the evening. Once you fix your eating schedule, we can bring in one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories on earth, which is turmeric. The active compound in turmeric, called curcumin, has been shown to physically reduce fat accumulation inside the liver while protecting overall cellular health. You can easily blend a little turmeric powder into a warm cup of evening chamomile tea. The incredible benefit here is a drastic reduction in systemic inflammation, meaning your joints will feel much better and your daily brain fog will finally lift. However, we always have to weigh the risks. High doses of curcumin can act as a natural blood thinner, so if you are currently taking prescription blood thinners or have upcoming surgeries, you must avoid heavy turmeric supplementation. Always pair a safe amount with a tiny pinch of black pepper to increase absorption, but listen to your body and start with small, everyday culinary doses. Beyond the herbs and food timing, you absolutely must address the emotional weight you are carrying around every single day. High levels of chronic stress keep your body flooded with cortisol, which directly signals your liver to dump more glucose into your bloodstream. I, Bobby, have spoken to thousands of hardworking Americans who improved their diet but ignored their mental health, only to stay completely stuck in a vicious cycle of fatigue. Taking just 10 minutes a day for deep diaphragmatic breathing or simply walking outside in the fresh air without your phone can drastically lower that cortisol response. Your liver is incredibly resilient and it desperately wants to heal. By combining bitter greens, safe herbal support, smart evening fasting, and mental stress management, you are taking back total control of your vitality. You no longer have to accept constant exhaustion as a normal part of getting older. You have the knowledge and the power to completely transform your energy from the inside out. If this video opened your eyes today, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below telling me about your own experiences with brain fog or fatigue. Let us heal together.